Hi again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of David Rides a Trike. I'm David. I'm riding a trike. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I try to provide a little motivation for people to get up, get out, and do something, be active outdoors, especially. Primarily aimed at those with chronic illnesses or diseases, but certainly anybody is welcome, and welcome to comment down below. Personally, I was a type 1 diabetic from the time I was 1.5 years old until I was 41. I've had 3 organ transplants, stage 3 cancer, borderline legally blind, more surgeries than I could count, and a bunch of other things. When I was first diagnosed with end-stage renal disease back in 1983, I really didn't feel any different initially. But slowly, my energy level declined, and as a result, I became far less active than I had been. And as a result of that, I started gaining weight. In 1986, in July, I had my first kidney transplant and immediately felt worlds better. Kidney disease is a weird thing. It kind of sneaks up on you. You don't realize how bad you feel because it's a very slow degradation. And you don't realize how bad you felt until and if you get a transplant and you feel quote unquote normal again. But in the following years, as a result of the anti-rejection medications I had to take, I continued gaining weight. And from those 5 years, 1983 into 1988, I went from 170 pounds to 230 pounds. And I finally decided I had to do something. So I did what lots of people do when they start gaining weight. I joined a health club. And I was good about going. I went 3-4 times a week, did the machines, rode a stationary bike, and my weight was pinned at 230. Didn't lose an ounce. Right around that time, at my work picnic, I won a bicycle. It was a cheap Walmart style, well, back then it was probably Kmart style, $100-ish bike. But it was summer and I hadn't ridden for a while, and I decided, hey, this could be fun. So I went out for a ride and fell in love with riding again. And I rode that bike literally until it started falling apart. And at that time, I was hooked on riding. So I went into the bike shop right across the street from where I worked, and I bought a good mountain bike. This was like 1990, I think, and mountain bikes were they were pretty new still. Anyhow, I started riding that, and the other thing I did was get a prescription. The other thing I did was get a subscription to Bicycling magazine. And in one article I was reading, it changed everything for me. It was an article explaining the benefits of using a heart rate monitor, and essentially how there was casual riding, aerobic riding, and anaerobic riding. Well, this was a whole new thing for me. On your left. Hi again.
Hi.
So this article was explaining the differences between casual riding, aerobic, and anaerobic zones. And one sentence stood out to me. It said, if you're looking to lose weight, ride casually. Keep your heart rate at no more than 10% above your normal heart rate. It explained that by doing this, your body would start looking for additional energy, and for that energy, it just needed a cheap energy source. And fat is that cheap energy source, and it would burn fat. Well, I read this and it made sense to me. I figured it was worth a try. So I started riding, keeping almost all of it. Hang on one second, got to cross the street here. So I started riding casually, kept my eye on the heart rate monitor, and generally rode between 5 and 10% over my normal heart rate. And lo and behold, the weight began to come off. In about a year and a half, I went from 230 pounds to 160. Sorry, 160. And in the end, I ate like a horse during that time, by the way. In the 7 years since my last kidney transplant and riding the Trike, I've continued almost all my riding. I do at a very casual pace. I don't wear a heart rate monitor anymore, but I ride casually. And my weight has been pretty steady at between 150 and 155. Although in the last several months, it's gone up to about 163 or so. And I'm chalking that up to the COVID-15 or 12, whatever it is. But I'll get that off as well. Now, I don't know if the science still supports that article that I read almost 30 years ago. But anecdotally, it sure worked for me. If you're looking to lose some weight, try riding casually. Get a heart rate monitor. Figure out what your normal heart rate is and go just no more than 10% above that. Or just try walking. Same thing. Your body starts looking for a cheap energy source, and again, it looks for fat. You go higher than that into an aerobic or anaerobic state, and it wants a better quality fuel. Well, that's it for today's episode from the Des Plaines River Trail. I will see you on the next ride. Please, please, please like, share, subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you down in the comments section below. Whatever's on your mind, let me know. I'd be happy to hear from you. And I'll see you on the next ride. Bye-bye.